I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. 10 San Diego beaches have been shut down because of high bacteria levels caused by Mexico dumping 5 million gallons of raw sewage into California each day, which means the bacteria from the raw sewage is now spreading north up the coastline. Many are blaming California Governor Gavin Newsom, who signed SB 507 back in 2020, which decommissioned pumps and lift stations, allowing sewage to flow into the United States via the Tijuana River Valley. The closures come after dangerously high bacteria levels that exceed state health standards were detected. Local health advisories warn that the water quality tests show bacterial levels have fecal contamination far above the state's safe threshold of 104 colony-forming units per 100 milliliters, and are recording levels that are more than 400 units, posing severe risks of gastrointestinal illness, skin infections, and other waterborne diseases. The untreated waste flows through the Tijuana River Valley into the Pacific Ocean, directly impacting San Diego's coastal areas. Environmental experts attribute the surge to the ongoing failure of the South Bay International Wastewater Treatment Plant, which has been under repair since a major breakdown happened in 2020. That's when Newsom signed SB 807, doing away with the stations that diverted some of the sewage flow coming into the U.S. Experts say this has allowed that sewage to flow directly and freely into San Diego beaches unchecked, leaving the region and people vulnerable. General Michael Flynn is accusing Mike Pence and Paul Ryan of being heavily involved in a cabal to take down President Donald Trump from within the Republican Party, specifically a plan that would have made Pence the president and Ryan would have then stepped in as vice president. Flynn specifically references the Access Hollywood tape, referred to as the bus sting, claiming it was meant to end Trump's campaign. Flynn said Pence and Ryan were planning to run as a Pence-Ryan ticket and said that he had, quote, real emails about a hashtag Pence-Ryan 2016 domain. He also said the Access Hollywood tape did not get leaked by Democrats, and there was a plan for the public backlash, with Pence and Ryan assuming Trump would step down, but he didn't. He then gave a warning to people against just thinking everyone is great because they're Republicans. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo. President Donald Trump is calling for the immediate resignation of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, with Trump accusing Powell of committing perjury before Congress over a $2.5 billion renovation at the Reserve's headquarters in Washington, D.C. Trump's demand, amplified by claims of a, quote, modern Versailles funded secretly by taxpayers, has ignited a firestorm with allegations of corruption and deception at the heart of the nation's financial system. The controversy stems from a July statement by Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA Director Bill Pulte, who urged Congress to investigate Powell for, quote, deceptive Senate testimony about the headquarters project. Pulte, a vocal critic of Powell, alleged that the Fed chair lied to lawmakers during a Senate Banking Committee hearing in June, denying lavish features like rooftop gardens, private elevators, and marble-clad dining halls. Pulte cited leaked blueprints and internal documents claiming the $2.5 billion project, described as a, quote, necessary update by the Fed, was an opulent betrayal of public trust. Senator Cynthia Loomis out of Wyoming echoed Pulte, accusing Powell of, quote, factually inaccurate statements about the project's amenities. Trump seized on Pulte's allegations, saying, quote, too late, should resign immediately. The president said the scandal was evidence of a, quote, financial deep state, accusing Powell and the Fed of prioritizing luxury over Americans who have been struggling with inflation and economic hardship. Jerome Powell's $2.5 billion building renovation scandal stinks to high heaven, and he lied when asked about the specifics before Congress, Pulte said, adding that he should be removed. Lying to Congress is a federal crime, carrying a 5-year prison sentence. California State Assemblyman David Tanguipa is accusing Governor Gavin Newsom of pulling Medi-Cal coverage for disabled children. The state is so broke, he said, that Governor Gavin Newsom is cutting 60% in disability benefits for disabled children. He also said Newsom is proposing a 43% cut to dental services. Meanwhile, Newsom allocated $12.4 billion for Medi-Cal coverage for illegal migrants in the 2025-2026 budget. In February, Newsom allocated $50 million to protect illegal migrant policies and defend illegal migrants against federal challenges, including $25 million for legal aid to defend against deportations. California Food Assistance Program, CalFresh, for illegal migrant programs cost about $10 to $20 million each year. In 2020, California provided a $75 million disaster relief fund for illegal migrants ineligible for federal aid. Similar one-time programs likely continued in 2021 and 2022, costing about $50 to $100 million each year. And from 2021 to 2024, during the Biden administration, California allocated $430 million in one-time rapid response funding to support illegal migrants ineligible for federal aid for issues like border arrivals, disaster relief, and policy changes. Over $422 million was awarded to NGOs and nonprofits. And California spent about $65 billion on illegal migrants from 21 to 25 under the Biden administration, with 41 to 46 billion of that coming from state funds. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.